Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, Angie K reveals if she can ever be friends with Meredith again after that bombshell marriage rumor.
And if you're going to lie about my family to be relevant, that's not okay with me.
Plus, Gina K reacts to Shannon's DUI after she told us this about her co-star last month.
I'm not here to judge anybody or diagnose anybody, but that and her drinking is a problem for everybody else.
And the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills trailer has dropped, and Mauricio and Kyle set the record straight about their marriage. Plus, Mia and Gordon announced their split, and Ramona Singer reacts to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's budding romance. We got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey guys, GRWTH here, and welcome to another huge week of Getting Real with the Housewives. We got the Beverly Hills trailer, we got the Potomac trailer, and they both look so good. Before we get into it, let's see what you guys had to say about last week's show. One user says Jennifer first put her hands on Melissa Gorga and now put her hands on Danielle Cabral. Jennifer is the common denominator. Well, it seems like Jennifer and Danielle are back filming. Their suspension is over, but I'm sure we will see this play out in the upcoming season. And then Hope says it will be so disappointing if Mauricio and Kyle break up or are broken up. I really thought they'd be a forever couple. Well, I think a lot of people thought that as well, and they are both saying a lot about it, especially in the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because the trailer has dropped and my jaw dropped when I saw it. It looks so good. In season 13, we see Kyle and Mauricio face their issues head on, and that is definitely the focus of the trailer. The cast definitely presses for details about what's happening behind closed doors. This was, of course, filmed earlier this year, and it reveals how shocked Kyle's co-stars are by the breakdown of her marriage. Now, despite Kyle denying the dating rumors with Morgan Wade, her co-stars definitely aren't fully convinced, neither am I. Derick questions why Kyle would tattoo her own initials on Morgan's arm, while Sutton points out that she's no longer wearing her wedding ring. So Mauricio and Kyle both spoke to paparazzi this week about the status of their marriage, and Mauricio actually told Us Weekly backstage of Dancing with the Stars. He says, "We're in the middle of dealing with our life and our marriage, and we have not thrown in the towel. We are still working on it, and it's hard in the public eye, and it's hard while everybody's asking, because the reality is that when a couple's going through the times that we're going through right now, what you need is time." Yes, everybody keeps asking about it, but Mauricio keeps talking. I mean, he did say on a podcast last week that they weren't separating, they weren't divorcing. Then he told paparazzi they were separated, still working on things. Kyle also spoke out, said that they were separated. She was not in the audience on Dancing with the Stars, just as girls were. And it seems like, he keeps opening up about this rough time. He definitely had some missteps on Dancing with the Stars. Maybe there's just a lot going on, but definitely this will be the focus of season 13. And let's talk about Denise Richards being back, going at it with Erika Jayne. I am ready for that. We see Kim Richards there as well. I think it's going to be a really great season. And I don't know about you, please let me know in the comments if you missed Lisa Rinna. I kind of feel like this was so jam-packed with drama and things that I'm looking forward to that I kind of forgot that she wasn't there. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. All right, let's head on over to New York and still talk about Kyle a little bit, because Jenna Lyons recently told Who What Wear podcast listeners that she wants to style Kyle Richards. She said, the one I want to get my hands on is Kyle. I think Kyle's coming over to my team. She added that she could be totally wrong. Well, Jenna got a lot of people also talking this week with her style, her very chic look at the Real Housewives of Reunion taping. We got the photos, and her ensemble featured casual blue jeans from Levi's, a dashing Saint Laurent blazer, and a sheer Tom Brown top and a silky YSL tie. She's probably the first housewife to ever wear jeans to a reunion taping, and good for her. She's exactly who she is, and I couldn't be more excited for this reunion. I feel like Erin's gonna be on the hot seat, and I think Sai is as well. I think a lot of people flipped on Sai a little bit after she had this conversation with Jessel about their background. So I'd love to know what you think about that too. Are you on Team Jessel or are you on Team Sai? All right, moving on over to Potomac. Well, Mia Thornton and husband Gordon Thornton have called it quits after 11 years of marriage. They tied the knot in March of 2012 after initially meeting back in 2003. They share 2 children, their son Jeremiah, who is 8, 8, and their daughter Juliana, who is 6. Now, both Mia and Gordon also have one child from a previous relationship. Now, their marriage woes will seemingly play out on season 8 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. The official trailer dropped last week, and it hinted that Mia and Gordon were headed toward a divorce. In the clip, Mia revealed that she previously retained a divorce attorney during a difficult moment in her and Gordon's marriage. She also seemingly alluded to co-star Ashley Darby that she might have married Gordon because of his financial success. You know how I feel about Potomac. I love Potomac. These ladies always bring it. What I love about this is that we've had OGs from the very beginning, and it looks like Giselle, we're going to see her relationship with Jason play out. Robin is still sticking by Juan, and I feel like she will be called out for hiding those cheating allegations from last season. Ashley's still dealing with the fallout of her divorce, so this looks like it's going to be a jam-packed season as well. All right, let's move on over to the OC, and Gina broke her silence on Shannon Beador's recent DUI arrest after Shannon repeatedly brought up Gina's own DUI during season 17 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. She said on her Orange Country podcast, "I think that we're just going to address the elephant in the room, right? The irony of it is major, but honestly, really, at the end of the day, I've been thinking a lot about this and Shannon in general, and I just don't have it in me. I'm not going to kick someone when they're down, and I've been down, and I know where she's at right now. It's not a good place to be mentally, emotionally." Of course, Shannon was arrested on September 16th after driving her car onto a residential property in Newport Beach, California, and clipping the house. Police confirmed to Us Weekly that Shannon was cited and released without bond. Last month, before all of this happened, I spoke to Gina about the possibility of Shannon going to rehab, and this is what she had to say. Do you feel like how she said, like she doesn't remember what she talks about? Like even like in her conversations when she talks about John to other people, she says like she doesn't remember what she says. Do you feel like that happened?
Yeah, I think it's very clear that, I mean, she really was, may God strike me dead, I did not say that. You don't say that unless you really truly believe that you have not said this, right?
Because you're on a TV show. It all exists.
We all know what's going to come. So I honestly do believe that is what's happening there, but like that's a huge problem, you know? And I don't care if Shannon wants to say she has a problem with alcohol or not. I'm not here to judge anybody or diagnose anybody, but that and her drinking is a problem for everybody else. And you would think that somebody would want to look at least that part of it.
I think you said in the episode that she needs to go to rehab.
For her own sake. I mean, now you're saying things out loud that are, first of all, it's slander, you know what I mean? And it's actionable. And we all know we're on camera, right? So it's like to not be able to control yourself to the point where you're saying things that actually could get you in trouble legally. I would think that would be a time where you're like, all right, I have to look at this and change the behavior.
Sure. Well, hopefully Shannon is getting the help that she needs at the moment. She hasn't spoken out publicly about the arrest and the DUI, so it seems like maybe she's just focusing on herself. And like we've said time and time again, thank God this could have been a whole lot worse. All right, well, Ramona Singer is back in the news, and she has nothing but good things to say about Travis Kelce, despite scolding him in an old clip that has since resurfaced online. She told Page Six, "I think Travis is a wonderful man, and Taylor is very lucky to have him, and he's very lucky to have her. I hope they have a magical time together." Ramona added that she never told Travis off in response to the 2016 clip of her gently chastising Travis on Watch What Happens Live. So in the footage, she asks him if it is a deal breaker that a girl doesn't sleep with him after the third date. He admitted that it might be a deal breaker because it puts some questions in his head. Well, Ramona, for her part, questioned Travis's response, saying, "What did your mother teach you?" Now, Travis did call himself a very, very classy gentleman and clarified that in his scenario, those first 2 dates are top of the line dates, and then that third one's kind of relaxed. Seems like things are going well between Travis and Taylor. Unless you're living under a rock, you don't know that they're together, and it seems like they're really happy. And you know, if Ramona gives the seal of approval, then you're golden. All right. Well, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and this week's episode was explosive. Meredith is churning up this rumor that Angie K's husband is having multiple affairs with men. So We sat down with Angie to talk about that bombshell rumor and how she feels about having a friendship with Meredith in the future. Take a look.
Yeah.
Do you ever foresee the two of you being friends?
Right now, no. And I think we have different values as mothers, as women, as wives, and as castmates, and as community members. So it's really hard for me to foresee that. This is a reality show, I get it, but this is real for me.
Sure, yeah.
And if you're going to come from my family, and if you're going to lie about my family to be relevant, that's not okay with me. Like, I'm okay with, if you had a real true issue with me, let's address it. Let's put it out on the table. She did not do that. She had the opportunity. Don't hug me. Don't kiss me. Don't talk to me. And then all of a sudden, next time I see you, you have a problem. Like, if your goal is to come on a show and try and take someone out, my goal is to come share my story as a woman of the Salt Lake City community, as a successful business owner. I am self-made. I started from nothing. I have immigrant parents. I feel like I have a very rich story. I have some rich history. I have an incredible, loving family. My family filmed with me. I was able to share traditions of the Greek culture, of holidays, about my faith. And I brought a lot to the show. And I feel like I would never use someone as a storyline, so I don't really relate to, like, I'm going to come on and take someone out. I would never go there. We're different, and that's okay. Like, we're going to have friends on the cast that we don't relate to. I'm not here to take anyone out. I'm here to share my story. I'm here to share my faith, my family, my business, and yeah.
Something tells me that they're probably not going to be friends anymore. All right, well, let's get into our social spotlight of the week, where we discuss which housewife caught our attention on social media. And Brandi Glanville was hospitalized. Entertainment Tonight reported that she had a stress-induced angioedema. And so her face blew up like a basketball, so much so that her eyes were swollen shut, so she couldn't even see her own hands. And that's when she actually collapsed. This is pretty scary. So a source told Entertainment Tonight that Brandi's been under so much stress since the Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trips drama started with Caroline Manzo that she hasn't been able to work since the false claims were brought against her, and now it's taking its toll on her physically. She's back home and resting after spending the night in the hospital. We still don't have a release date for this Ultimate Girls Trip. I wonder if it's being held up because of legal reasons, pure speculation, but I mean, once it comes out, I mean, this is going to be something to watch. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Lots to talk about this week. Let us know what you thought about the Beverly Hills trailer, the Potomac trailer, that bombshell rumor that is going on over in Salt Lake City. Housewives news just exploding, and we will be recapping it every single week. So keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys next week.